Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Bacon Jam Brussels Sprouts. Today I'll be whipping up another one of my favorite side dishes. It's the Bacon Jam Brussels Sprouts. Now this is a pretty simple dish with great flavors. We've got the bacon, which is nice and salty. We're gonna have some raspberry jam that goes into this so it incorporates some fruit and some sweetness. And then of course the Brussels sprouts, which will be roasted on the grill. I'm gonna start off by preparing these Brussels sprouts. I'm just gonna cut off this nub end right here and then go right down through the center to have them. Now we're gonna add to our 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts, we're adding about 1 large yellow onion just sliced up. Not super thin, not super thick. These should have enough time to all roast together and cook pretty evenly. Now I want to set the veggies aside and start cooking down the bacon. All right, we've got the Lodge 12-inch skillet heated up here over medium heat. I'm going to add a 1/2 pound of diced bacon. Well, we've rendered down this bacon. We're starting to get some crispiness going on, and we've got some bacon fat to work with, which is great because we're going to use that on our veggies. So at this point, I'm going to start to remove this from the skillet and just drain the bacon on a paper towel. Now we're leaving that grease down there. We're gonna add to the skillet. Even though it's turned off now, we're gonna add our Brussels sprouts and our onions in here. But just kind of toss those around to try and get some of that bacon grease on there. We're gonna season these very simply with a little bit of hickory smoked salt. And some fresh cracked black pepper. All right, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of bacon grease on everything in here, so at this point I'm ready to put this on the grill. Today I'll be roasting our Brussels sprouts on the Yoder Smokers YS640 Pellet Grill. It's running at 400 degrees and set up for indirect cooking. I'm gonna place the skillet right here in the center of the lower cooking grate, and I'm gonna look to get a little bit of browning on the bottom down here. We don't really have anything that's going to scorch any small pieces, but we are gonna keep an eye on this just to make sure we don't get too much color in there. So we're about 30 minutes in here, and as you can see, these are starting to get a little bit tender, but we want to put a little more texture on them. So what I've done now is just remove that hatch so we get some direct flame. It's really going to heat this skillet up and add a little bit extra color and texture to these. Now while we wait for those Brussels sprouts to finish cooking, I'm going to put together our bacon jam, which is what we're going to coat the Brussels sprouts in to finish. So in the food processor, we're gonna combine that bacon we cooked down earlier. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of chipotles and adobo sauce. A little earthiness, a little bit of heat. I've got a 1/4 cup of already prepared raspberry jam. 3 cloves of crushed garlic. And I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons each of extra virgin olive oil and some balsamic vinegar. Oh man, it smells so like earthy and sweet. I love that chipotle and raspberry together. An incredible combination. So I'm gonna go for, a little bit of texture. We don't want it smooth or anything. I think that's just about right. Smoky. Smoking. So a little bit of that, that's exactly what we're looking for. So that's about 45 minutes total. We're gonna take these over there and finish them off with the bacon jam. We're just gonna pour this bacon jam right over the top of the Brussels sprouts. And then just stir to get it all coated. I'd be willing to bet that this is gonna need a little bit of salt, but we'll have a taste first just to make sure. Wow. just perfectly tender. The salt's pretty close. I maybe add a pinch more, but I'm getting a lot of everything else, which is what I want. And the salt can only help to enhance that before it starts to overpower things. It's definitely very earthy, but it's got that bright fruitiness from the raspberry jam and just a touch of crunch out of the bacon and that little bit of char we put on it. It's all working together great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all of the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.